I just got back from Disneyland with my family, and there was some amazing merch, and you know I had to pick some up, so, you know, that's right, it's a haul video. So let's take a look at some of the fun stuff that I got while I was there. So one of my favorite rides is Spider-Man Web Slingers, and there's something really cool that you can get at the store outside of it, which is these awesome little gauntlets that have different upgrades that actually function in the ride, because the ride is basically a giant video game. And so when you get the different attachments for this gauntlet, you can do different things. There's a Doctor Strange one, there is a Ghost Spider one, a Black Panther one, but the one I got was Iron Man. Oh, look at that. So this allows you to fire repulsor blasts in the game, making your attacks more powerful, and I got a lot more points. I did it pretty much one-handed, and I still beat everyone in my car. I kind of forgot that I could still use this hand to beat the spider bots, but it's still, I beat everyone in my car with one hand. Now, these are a little pricey. I did not actually buy this. My dad is about as much of a nerd as I am, and he thought this was really cool, so he bought the main gauntlets, and then I just bought the Iron Man attachment, because they're $35 for the gauntlet and then $25 for the Iron Man gauntlet, which is just a little crazy, but each of them does something besides work in the game. This one does something really cool. It can levitate small foam balls, and as soon as they get slightly misshapen, they don't work anymore. But it's a fun thing to put on my shelf, and I'll bring it to California Adventure every time I go. But other than that, it's kind of a $60 hunk of plastic and lights. Now, there's a couple things from the parks that I really like to collect, one of them being these gold coins. I use them when I play Dungeons & Dragons as my gold coins for my character's, wallet, but they have all these fun little designs on them. This one is from the San Francisco Makers Market, but they have them for just about every character, and they're fun, relatively cheap collectible. Each one is $5. Now they say it out loud, that's not exactly cheap for a gold coin, but they're actually metal and they look really cool. But just make sure you use cash, because if you scan your card, they make you buy all 4. I did not know that when I first tried buying this. If you like shiny things but don't want to pay $5, you can get these. These are actually great if you have kids, because they can pick their favorite characters. Also, bring cash, because if you scan your card on these machines, again, they make you pay for the whole set. But each of these is $1, and you can collect them, put them in this little folder, and they're just a fun little memento. And also, they're kind of like a little time capsule for Disney, because right now they are converting Splash Mountain to Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and so all of the Splash Mountain stuff is gone, but before they closed Splash Mountain, Donnie and I got all of the Splash Mountain themed pressed pennies, and so now we have those forever, and it's a fun little memory book. And the memory book costs like $10, and then each of these costs $1. If you got a bunch of kids, this is a great souvenir. The only problem is, when I was a kid, I loved these, because you used to actually turn this crank and manually squish the penny, but almost now all of them are electronic. There is one in downtown Disney, next to the restrooms to the right of Wetzel's Pretzels, that is still a hand crank. And there is one in Tomorrowland at Disney World that is next to the stage where characters come out, and that one is also still a hand crank. So you can't really find the hand crank ones anymore. There's a couple of them, but it's still a fun, cheap little souvenir. Now, it is no secret that I love shoulder pals. I have a bunch of them. I use them for my Disney bounds, but there was a couple at Disneyland this time that I really wanted to get. The first one I got was this Zazu. Now, the way these work is you put this metal plate underneath your clothes, and then you take, and there's magnets in the butt of the different characters, and they just sit on your shoulder. The problem with Zazu is his big feet keep the magnet from really sitting flush, so you have to put him really far forward, and if you move too much, he might fall off. But it's still a fun shoulder pal, and sometimes I will actually sew magnets into a shirt or jacket that I'm going to wear with the shoulder pal. My denim jacket actually has magnets on this side that I can put any shoulder pal on. Shoulder pals are fun. They're like $25, and they're a fun little accessory, and they can really add a little something to a Disney bound. Now, this is the other shoulder pal I got. As you can see, it's a little star guy from Wish, and he actually lights up, which is really cool, because you would think that this fabric is too thick for the light to show, but at night, this actually looks really cool. There's one problem with this one, though. They forgot to take the security tag off. So, does anyone know how to take these off? Because I don't. I don't know how I didn't get stopped by the metal detectors, but I didn't, and I'm very annoyed because I didn't notice till I got home that they forgot to take it off. Because, you know, they take it, they put it right in your bag, and you don't see it. But this one was actually 40% off, so he was a lot cheaper than other ones because, like, no one has seen Wish, including myself. I would have seen it in theaters, but I have a 9-month-old, and so I don't really see movies in theaters all that often anymore. But I will be watching on Disney Plus soon. But yeah, all their Wish stuff was 40% off, which is kind of sad because I think it looks good. Turn back on. There we go. So this is actually a piece of merch that I was looking forward to getting before we even left for the trip. It was announced that it would be released on the day we were there at Disneyland, because that day was also the first day of Season of the Force. And it is a Jabba the Hutt popcorn bucket with Salacious Crumb keychain. And the line for this was insane, but it is well worth it. Let me show you why. Just this little switch at the bottom there, and this, hush, I'm turning you off. This popcorn bucket is gorgeous, and let's be honest, twinning. This was $35. This was at the Tomorrowland popcorn stand, and it is so worth it. I was so glad they didn't sell out because the line was crazy, and obviously the resellers were there buying 10 of them. But luckily, I was able to get one, and I love it very much. Now, the final piece of merch I have for you is something that goes actually with this beautiful Boba Fett armor hoodie that I'm wearing. Ooh. Oh, yeah. It is a pair of Boba Fett ears. And my next Disney bound will definitely be a Boba Fett bound. I will wear this hoodie, some green cargo pants, and a Boba Fett Loungefly. Now the only thing I need to get is a Boba Fett Loungefly, which I'm not quite sure exactly how I'm going to get because I kind of spent all my fun money on this trip. Hey, is that a wish list link in my bio? Huh, neat. Anyway, I love Disneyland, I love collecting the merch, and I know what some people are going to already be saying in the comments. Oh, what a stupid waste of money. I used a gift card, okay? I'm not crazy. I'm a little crazy.